How's it going? My name is Oblinsky, and this is top 5 reasons why you should consider Vigor if you tried it at launch. Now let's get straight into it. With the beginning, we currently have rat traps, and those are something that was in the game in the start, I believe. But one of the great things about these rat traps is donating food. They made it a lot more accessible, and there's a lot more boost to rat traps. So you're able to donate quite a bit of food, and you'll see here in a second. When you go over to the donation thing and you have a good amount of food, you can donate it. And if you donate 500, you get a common crate. If you donate 1,000, you get an uncommon crate. If you donate 2,000, you get a blue crate. If you donate 5,000, you get a purple crate. If you donate 10,000, you get a special issue crate. Now you can get all of those. It's not just one. You don't hit one of the checkpoints and not get all of the crates. You'll get all the crates at their respected milestones. And the great thing about this is you can gather food from elimination, shootout, encounters, and just from going around your base and picking out rat traps or plant boxes where there's food that they create. And this leads me to my second reason that I believe you should give Vigor another chance. So if you go up to the menu here and you go over to Battle Pass, you can see that you get all these free gold coins, cosmetics, crates, and stuff. Even on the free side here, they're practically giving away a bunch of stuff to people, no matter what level they are. And the next thing is Legacy Seasons, and that's on top of this on my second reason here. But you can get all these, and you can get all this stuff for just 330 gold coins. I believe that is like $5. So it's not a bad deal, and you get all this loot, starting from the first season to the final, and you get this pretty badass prepper's outfit. I like it a lot. But yeah, then you've got Hunters. This is the last outfit you get right here, or sorry, this might be the beginning one. The last one is let's see what that looks like. You get a camo bandana and a green outfit, so it's not bad. Same thing with Preppers. You get a USA M16 skin and a USA coded cleaner skin, which is pretty dope. And you've got Rivals here, and you get a bunch of stuff in this as well. You get a bunch of gold coins, cosmetics, weapons, weapon skins, plans to create things. Like this is for, everyone keeps calling this iodine. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but I'm just going to call it loading because I'm kind of stupid, but, excuse me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, you can correct me in the comments. But iodine, loading, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. You'll get the plan for that as well in the Arrival season, and this is the one that just happened, I believe. I'm not even sure, actually. I don't even remember which one was first, but you can get a lot of cosmetics and helmets and coins and plans from this, so it's really, really, really good. Like the Bugle F1 plan, it's a really good weapon. So now you get all these cosmetics. Look at this. This is all free during the Battle Pass. You don't have to pay a dime for any of this. It's a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? Like you get weapon crates, 10 armor plates, 50 golden SVU. You even get your own little skin at the end of the Battle Pass. Absolutely free. You don't have to pay a fucking thing. You get the final skin for free. For free. That's amazing. Secondly, there's been a lot of balancing to weapons and, crafting in general. For starters, they made it a lot easier to acquire weapons. They've also made it a little bit less hard to keep those weapons acquired. Now, the great thing about this is, let's say you go out, you don't buy insurance, you die with an RPK, right? You go out there, you die with the RPK, like, cool, okay, whatever, I've still got 5. Now, I have the plan for this, but I need a crafting table level 7. So I got this plan from, I believe, an elimination crate, and that brings me into my third reason. That would be elimination and shootout. Now, elimination kind of reminds me of The Last of Us multiplayer when I played it on the PS3 a while ago. It's gory, but it's not as gritty and realistic, but it's pretty fucking realistic. And this game overall has a lot of work and is a lot more realistic than they are. People aren't bullet sponges anymore. I mean, like 2 body shots, 2 or 3 well-placed body shots, they're down. 1 shot to the head, they're dead. And it goes the same for every weapon. Some of the things are still, a work in progress, but I think they've made a lot of good progress as far as it goes on a realism aspect. Now, the encounters are great. I have a lot of fun with them. Shootout and elimination, though, you'll get most of your weapons and plans from there if you're not from the battle pass. See, look at this. I can get a big F1, 2 caffeine pills, and 200 food. I just got the, whatever the hell that is, I can't remember, some kind of S&G plan, 50 ethanol, I believe that's what it's called, and an RPK, ironically. I was just talking about it earlier. But I got one from the elimination crate. And so you get an elimination crate when you win the elimination matches. So what it is it's 5v5, and you go rounds of 5. The first person to 5 rounds wins. Now, I know what you're thinking. They're probably like, man, that it sounds like it's going to take a minute, but it can surprisingly go pretty quickly. Now, let's say you go through this entire thing. If you get the most kills, or I believe the top 3 seats with the most score, not kills, and you get scored by capturing objectives, assists, and kills overall. So the person with the most score gets 2,000 XP and elimination crate. Now, if your team wins, and let's say you only got 1 kill and 500 score, you're at the bottom of the scoreboard, you're still going to get 1,000 XP, but you're not going to get 2,000 XP. You'll still get elimination crate and all that good stuff. But let's throw another scenario. Let's say that you're on the losing side and you're at the bottom of the leaderboard. You're still going to get 1,000 XP, I believe. I haven't encountered this yet myself because it isn't particularly hard. There are some very sweaty people. I'm not going to lie to you, but that's mostly in shootout. So if you just you like a challenge, shootout's the way to go. Now, this game actually has kind of made me upset a couple times because of how challenging it really is. I don't remember it being this challenging or interesting, and I'm just falling in love with it. And I think that a lot of people should give it another shot. But anyways, you've got these elimination crates, and you'll get a lot of weapons and materials, plans, food, healing items, stuff that you can use in counters, okay? And if you lose, you will still get a common crate if you're the top on the leaderboard. If you're the top 2 or 3, you still get a common crate, but everyone still gets XP. Sometimes I think the top on the losing side does get 2,000 XP, and for reference, to level up my battle pass from level 31 to 32, it's 31,000 XP. The season ends in 15 days. I have bought this battle pass for a little over 4 days, and I have gotten to level 31 from level 1 in 4 to 5 days. So it's pretty easy to level up the battle pass and get all the cosmetics as well as the free stuff, like mortar strikes. Man, mortar strikes are expensive. Okay, so I have 64,446 materials. You can see that top right of the screen. Now, if you look at the top right of the screen, you can see that I do have 64,000 materials. Now, if you come over here, to craft a mortar strike, I don't think I have any actually, but I do know that it costs the same as a portable radio. It should be down here anyways. Yeah, so in order to craft one, it costs, they must have recently just lowered it because I remember it being 10,000. But 7,140 materials. Okay, that is like 20 or 30 M16s that you can craft. Okay, that's a lot of materials, all right? And they're giving out 10 of them for free. For free. They're giving out tons of crates, tons of gold, and I think that it's honestly worth it. And this brings me up into my 4th reason. Well, I guess I should probably further explain shootout. Okay, so shootout, it's basically like a free-for-all. You can only queue solo. And the great thing about, shootout is that you're able to play against all these other players. But the big difference between the crates of elimination shootout crates are that shootout crates provide a lot more coins and cosmetics. You can see here that you can get a ski hat light, you can get an AK skin, or whatever the fuck this is, and you can get a backpack, 30 coins, 2 resource crates, which are really useful for upgrading your shelter, and you can all do that just by winning. Or I think it's like getting the top 3, you get a shootout crate. So you just need to make it to 3rd place. Okay, so now my 4th reason is the overall realism and everything that has been added to the game and updated it as well. Now, the great thing about the updates and the additive realism is, well, let me equip a weapon here, and I'll show you myself. For starters, the recoil and everything has been dramatically changed, as well as the bullet spray. Let's not equip something that's really good. We'll equip something... Oh, man, the Uzi is still so terrible, but we'll equip EK. 150 rounds. Alright. Now, this gun, when I first used it, when the game first launched, the spray, like the recoil, the spread, I guess, was very high. It would go, like, literally from south to north or down to up very quickly. And now I'm going to aim. And this is me barely touching the analog. Okay. This is me not touching the analog at all. Got a pretty good grip on the gun. Lots and lots of control on the recoil there. Now I'm not going to aim at all. Just a full RT. You can see the bullet spread's a little bit more spread out, but there's virtually no recoil. Now, this is the same but crouching. You can see the bullet spread, the tracers. And laying down finally. It is virtually realistic. Now let's do it walking. Very spread out, but 1 out of 20 bullets still hit its target. Alright, and this, these encounters are really good. You can, I don't want to explain it. There's a lot more new people. It is challenging. I will say that once your stats start to go up, I believe there is competitive matchmaking, meaning that if you have a 1.2 KD, you're going to go against other people at 1.2 KDs. Not all the time, but you're more than likely going to go up against 1 or 2 people that are good, and the rest are just kind of thrown in. Now, the thing about this is that this provides a challenge. This was not in the beginning of Vigor, so you get this really good challenge. As far as realism and gritty details go, I guess the game actually runs pretty well on my Series X here. This is actually an optimized game. That brings me into my 5th reason. It's optimized, unlike DayZ, unlike so many other games like Rust. Rust isn't optimized. Call of Duty isn't properly optimized. There's so many games out there, and it's baffling with our next console generation that they're not optimized. It's just strangely ridiculous for AAA companies to just be... it's horrible, okay? It is horrible that they can't even optimize their games correctly. Rust does run pretty well, even though it's not optimized around the Xbox Series X with S, but it does run pretty well. And GTA is another one. Honestly, if they just pushed out an update with 30 to 60 frames, I would be so... Or not 30, 60 to 120 frames. I'd be so fucking happy. I don't even care. Don't give me new content. Just push more frames, please, for the love of God. For the meantime, just... Come on, Rockstar. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, seriously, what do you... Take-Two Interactive, fucking Take-Two Thumbs and shoved up their own ass Interactive, more like. They're not doing shit over there in their studio. They're fucking... Like, how hard is it to boost up graphics and shit? But anyways, we're getting off topic here. The 5th reason, again, is optimization. So, we're going to do a recap real quick. Number 1... I can't. I literally can't. Yeah, but no, there's a lot of good reasons to get back in Vigor. If you've been thinking about it, or if you haven't thought about this game at all, actually, in a long time, this is nothing like when it first launched. They've done a lot of work, and it's actually pretty fun to play. It's fun to see your shelter grow up. And with all the content and, expansion packs going on day to day, it would really be worth it for you to give it another shot. The game is not dying by all means at all. I have so many people interested in looking for group posts here on... I can't even speak. Looking for group posts on Xbox. And, matchmaking in general. It isn't so bad. I've run into quite a few people. Nothing seems like it's dying. I've never waited over a minute for a match, which is, typical load times 30 seconds to a minute. And I've never waited that long for, I guess, people to join into a game. Now, this could be different for people from different regions with different type of internet, but for me personally, it's been a pretty smooth experience. The 60 frames, I believe it's 60. It could be 120. I can't really tell because there's still like a kind of motion blur in the game, even though I kind of disabled it. But I can still kind of tell that there's a motion blur going on in the background that I can't disable. That's the only downside that I've seen so far. But yeah, this game is it's gone a lot of ways. up in a sense, I guess. And it reminds me a lot of Last of Us. So if you do like The Last of Us, it reminds me of 3 games, actually. It reminds me of The Last of Us, Escape from Tarkov, and Rust. Rust for the crafting, Escape from Tarkov for the realism encounters / raids, and The Last of Us for elimination / shootout with a gritty, realistic PvP. And this is just hardcore PvP. There's no additives. Now, with that in mind, I'm not trying to tell you that you should delete games or give all your focus to this game, but it has come a long way. And if you were interested in the beginning, even slightly, like I was slightly interested into it, but I just couldn't get into it. People were bullet sponges, guns didn't work the way they were supposed to. So much shit was just weirdly, it didn't work for me at the time, and it does now. So, just give it another shot. I'm sure you'll like it. It's very beautiful, for a game. I mean, it's not like the best looking game, but these are the people that made DayZ, Arma 3, and it's fantastic. When your teammates, there's 3 of you out there, okay, and 3 of these teammates, you're out there in the encounter collecting loot and shit. You're attacking, you're fighting, and 2 of them go down. The pure amount of just nauseous and anxiety-inducing warfare that comes down on your brain is just it's ridiculous, because you're just sitting here thinking, man, holy shit. Like, it's really intense, because you're just sitting there fighting off 2 people by yourself, and you're so focused in this game that once you die, especially if you have something good like an L8 5A1 or an M82, you'll just fucking flip. And that has happened multiple times for me as well. So I know that you guys will genuinely like this game if you like intense shooters. It's not as realistic as like a Milsim per se, or Escape from Tarkov, I guess, because you don't need to eat. You do need to bandage if you get shot. You don't bleed, as far as I'm aware, but like, it does fuck you up. You have to bandage to heal. So it's kind of arcadey, but it's more realistic than it is arcade anymore. And they're giving out tons of gold coins, tons of contact, tons of content. I can't speak. Tons of content, tons of expansions, battle passes. There's new maps coming every now and then. The more shelter upgrades, and it's just very inclusive to play with friends and go out in the battlefield and fucking, for shits and giggles, just push people. It's so funny seeing people panic as you're just darting them down with hundreds of rounds of an assault rifle, just ripping them apart. It's very intense. It's very fun. If you like games like that, and you like games that can make you really fucking rage out of nowhere, then you'll love this game. It's a terrible time. I know you'll love it. All right, with that all in mind, I do want to thank you guys for sticking through to the end and watching the video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll try to answer the best I can. And with that in mind, just have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you out there on the battlefield.